CORTIS, JoyRide. It's pretty good.
All day, we're tryna flip it much Fridays. Pancakes, bloodshot eyes tonight. 도망가 여길 벗어나. Cause ooh, 우리는 꿈꿔 진짜 나의 밤 달려봄. 전기를 걸어채워 얼른 밟아 그 패로. 이 자리를 떠지는 집을 줘. Cause we're on a joyride. 더 세게 speed it up. 지금 기분 so high. Driving so fast. 가로질러긴 넌 day to night. Right, we're on a joyride. Yeah, 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 we're on a joyride. Yeah, 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 we're on a joyride. Driving so fast. 가로질러긴 넌 day to night. Right, we're on a joyride. Bomb singing night passing.
Wait a second.
Right, we're on a joyride.
Oh. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Bomb singing night passing. 사건 증거까지 뒤로 came back. 인생이 폭풍이면 나네. Drip 아래 truck rain dance. 종일 꼈었지 폭주는 내 personality. MJ ever since 23. Roscoe 땀을 넘었지. Cause ooh, 우리는 꿈꿔 진짜 나의 밤 달려봄. 전기를 골라채워 얼른 밟아 그 패로. 이 자리를 떠지던 집을 줘. Cause we on a joyride. 더 세게 speed it up. 지금 기분 so high. Driving so fast. 가로질러긴 넌 day to night. Right, we on a joyride. Yeah, 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 we're on a joyride. Yeah, 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 we're on a joyride. Driving so fast. 가로질러긴 넌 day to night. Right, we're on a joyride.
No way. Maybe I loved it. Maybe we need to figure some stuff out. Wow. So obviously all the clues are going to be in the quick 1-second shots that we saw of the instruction manuals. So we're going to go through this again. We're going to watch it in real time out of respect for the artists. And we're going to freeze frame on each of the instruction manuals so that we can find out WTF is happening. Also, what a great shot. What a great shot to go with this beautiful beginning of this song. Oh. Do you hear all of the ambiance, the atmosphere around that voice when he first says that line? Oh, okay, here we go. Impact Reception Manual. Finalization, process, and termination. So let's see. Impact is nothing more than the exchange of energy. The collision between forces is an inevitable event, but the energy released through this event rarely has value. This manual outlines how to endure the collision, but ultimately it is a process that leads to nothing significant. Interesting. Huh. The energy that comes from it, no matter how great, is ultimately hollow. I feel like this is super meta right now. I don't know if you're gathering what I'm gathering, but like, if it's what I think it is, I mean, it's pretty straightforward, I think, but it's pretty meta. That was the most oxymoronic thing I could have said. Let's keep going. Procedure: detect incoming force. Every collision is an inevitable consequence of energy in motion. The only thing certain is that change will occur, but not necessarily for the better. Recognize that this force is coming, but understand that it will lead to nothing meaningful. There is no true gain in this collision. That is the procedure: detect incoming force, prepare for contact, and then absorb the shock wave. Huh. So here's my theory. And this is why I say at the basic level, I think it might be kind of simple, but I think it's pretty meta if this is what they're saying. Everything that I just read, from the description of the impact reception manual to the procedure of detecting the incoming force, all those little details, if you apply that to, let's just say, for the sake of the song, being on a joyride, think about and somebody used the word nostalgic here, the nostalgic vibe, the feeling of this song. There's moments of the video where these guys are almost just like kids hanging out and they're just being friends. Like, you think back to whenever and you were just hanging out with your friends and you didn't have to go home until the streetlights came on, you know? Oh, I've got 3 hours with my friends. Oh my God, it was the best thing in the world. It was like a year. There's something nostalgic and kind of like boyish charm about these little pockets in the video. And JoyRide, to me, when you see them kind of do it in the video in a weird way, it feels like when you go on a joyride, you're kind of just letting go of everything that kind of matters, and you're just going to go. You're trying to be in the moment. It's literally a joyride. It's very temporary, and it doesn't really mean anything. It has no inherent value, but there's something about it that is significant in its own right. All of these details that I just read it's almost like the joyride is putting life on pause. The joyride isn't going to change anything in your life for the better or for the worse. In that regard, it has no value, but there's something about it that has its own significance. That might seem like a big barrel of shit, but I almost feel like I'm feeling it. Prepare for contact. Now, let's read this. Okay, if that is the theory that I'm going with, prepare for contact is the next piece of it. I'm going to read this. Forget about this whole meteor or UFO or whatever it is. Listen to this blurb and think about life. Okay, think about if it's actually talking about something relating to life in general. Resistance and acceptance, neither matters. Energy, once released, serves no purpose beyond its immediate impact. Interesting. Prepare to absorb the energy, but do not expect it to change anything significant. You're only preparing for a brief moment of force. That is super interesting. That to me is like saying, an event is going to happen. It happens. Okay? This is the event that's happened. Now, probably most of us here, all these cats over here, are probably going to have, and I think most people in general, humans, it's just our nature, we're going to have an emotional impact. It's going to happen. We can grieve after things. We can grieve before things. But what this is alluding to is preparing for the moment of impact, but understanding that the energy of that moment is it. That's all that really exists, but we make a choice to then carry that energy in specific ways. That's super meta. Now, they want to pass it off as this big, like, catastrophic event, a meteor, a spaceship, whatever it is, but it's deeper than that, but it's also more relatable than that. This is just the vehicle that they're using to present the information, but it's like when you peel behind the curtain and the visual effects and all that, it's really about this internal message. And finally, 3, absorb the shockwave. The shockwave may seem intense, but intensity does not equate to meaning. The larger the shock, the greater the emptiness it leaves behind. Wow. Wow. Now, we're not going to go that level in depth with everyone, but we'll see what we can gather as we go through.
No sun, no sky, golden child, babe. All day, we're tryna flip it much Fridays. Pancakes, bloodshot eyes tonight. 도망가, 여길 벗은.
This shot right here with this sound, talk about the nostalgia. This shot captured perfectly. I feel like most of us we have some level of a memory maybe of something like this with someone or some people that we care about, and we can almost kind of time travel back, and just for a moment we can kind of be there. Okay, here we go. Mounting procedure for non-stable engine unit. Some engines do not follow typical inertial behavior. They do not slow down gradually. They do not return to equilibrium after force is removed. Instead, they may react with bursts of motion, light, or pressure in unpredictable patterns. These engines cannot be fully fixed in place. They must be mounted in a way that permits movement to occur, but only in one intended. Huh. Interesting. Engine coupling protocol, high energy core unit required. Now, this one cuts off a lot of the details, but check this out. I think this is the point of the next one. How many members do you see right here? Don't worry, I'll wait. 5 people. We don't really have any details here in terms of like the instruction manual, but what's the one thing we can see? The pieces of this engine coupling protocol. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're starting to get a little bit more to the puzzle. 5 people, 5 parts. You kind of need all of those parts for it to work. We're also going to need French fries. JoyRide energy system. Without supply and lubrication of energy, the flow of the journey halts. True. Lubrication function and maintenance. Okay, so I guess this is where the fries come in. I guess it is 5 bottles. Okay. Huh. The food. Yep. Lubing up the members with some food. Got it. Okay. No, that makes sense. You got to feed the machine, right? Ray, you hungry? Get yourself some burgers. My treat. I mean, your treat, but my permission. Okay. So check this out. Energy source and fuel. Vital spark. We have this up in the corner here. Function. Provides the essential energy that connects imagination with willpower. Behavior. Flows continuously like a subtle current working in tandem with the something. Failure condition. Deficiency leads to lethargy and stagnation. Gotta feed the machine. Note, Recharge begins from inner motivation and amplifies through connection. So this is why we had the 5 parts that all are required. In order for them to not become stagnant, the members, they have to have all 5. They're all required for this JoyRide energy system. All right, this is the one we caught in the first time. Once again, we have 5 members. Team requirements, 5 qualified individuals. Each team member must be briefed on individual roles and responsibilities. Solo operation is strictly prohibited. Disassembling a vehicle, particularly relocating or lifting the engine block, cannot be performed by a single person due to the following. Well, it's an engine and it's heavy as hell. You're going to need 5 Korean men. Is that food? What is that he's throwing? I don't know. Oh, it's a side view mirror.
MJ ever since 23.
Okay. Weight reduction, disassembly. Break what holds you. Let discomfort rise. I'm just reading pieces of the paper. Let discomfort rise. It's part of disassembly. Let discomfort rise. It's part of disassembly. Break what holds you. Destination unknown. That is designed so the navigation is crossed out. The back mirror, which is what they just threw. Advance with no undo button. And I feel like that could be part of why we see all of this in reverse, because there is no undo button. You can't go back. Expect friction. It confirms movement. Remove safety locks. Risk is required. Interesting. Take off the mirror. Take out the navigation. Get rid of the doors. And that's why the car looks like that. Legacy system detected. You cannot move forward with old architecture. Outdated values, routines, and roles detected. Compatibility error. Challenge requires a clean slate. Progress requires dismantling what is no longer useful. Wow. How many times have you, in any way, shape, or form, you've heard somebody say, or there's a system in place, and somebody goes, or you just know, it's just how we've always done it. That already should be like, well, maybe we should revisit it, you know? Maybe things have changed in 5, 10, 100, 200, 2,000 years, whatever, you know? Maybe we evolve, you know? Okay, let's see. Now, we do have a bunch of the stuff cut off on the side, so we're going to go to the picture and trust it. Let's see. Exploration module, true journey, navigation beyond known coordinates, latitude, longitude shifts, movement through the world's grids. Embrace directional uncertainty as an invitation to adventure. I really love that. Embrace directional uncertainty as an invitation to adventure. Huh. Power source core mechanism. Motion is sustained through continuous chain link. I think it's transaction. Chains do not pull, they transfer. Disengaged units contribute 0 propulsion. Oh, interesting. So essentially they're saying very technically that we need each other. It's not a pull, it's a transfer. A single disconnection results in full system halt. Each link must remain engaged. This is pretty effing brilliant. Paired with nuts. I think that's the only relevant thing I see on this one. Now, obviously, this was the sheet that we saw flying in the air. A controlled systems override designed to explore low probability, high imagination vectors. Logic is suspended to stress test irrational scenarios under real conditions. Failure is expected. Data is harvested. This is not leisure. It is pre-operational anomaly, mapping with intent to disrupt known limits. That's a fancy way of saying, kids, don't try this at home. The following sequence marks the beginning of the operational procedure. This is not a test, but a predefined set of actions requiring user readiness. Moving an engine alone is not a challenge. It's a failure waiting to happen. So, this is the last shot. Now, if we... I almost wish we could play it backwards. Well, because some of it's forward, right? Yeah, okay. I wonder what would happen if we took this video, we took all the shots that are backwards. Wait a second. Huh. What if we took all the shots that were backwards, we put them in order, put those first, and then chased that sequence with all the shots that are forwards in order? Would that make sense? Because this is the last shot of the video. It's backwards, right? So if this is where the story starts, it would end on the last shot, the first shot that we saw that's backwards. It would end right here. Let me get to the end of the shot. Okay, it's not going to be smooth because it's YouTube, really. Thanks, YouTube. Good job. Here's what this feels like. I know I'm not 100% right here, but here's what it feels like. if we took all these shots that are backwards, cut them all out. Hell, I might try this. I doubt it, but I could. Took all the shots that are backwards, cut out everything else, took all those backwards shots, pushed them together like a sandwich, reversed them so that the final shots are now the first shots. This shot is the last shot. Hold that. That story would begin right here. Wherever they are peeling off this sheet. They see the car. Let's say they're on another planet, okay? They peel it off. This is their machine that they're going to fly through space with. It's going to land on this planet. That's how they got here. So we saw the pieces of them getting to the point where they could leave the atmosphere by following the instructions that we saw, and then boom, they're here. When they get here, this is the last shot, and then we go into the shots that are all played normally. Let's see what that first shot looks like played normally. I'm probably making no sense to you whatsoever. Okay, now this that's backwards. These are backwards. So this is part of them before they go do. So what we're looking for right now is the first shot that we can find that's not in reverse.
Cause we're on a joyride. Don't say speed it up, 지금 기분 so high. Driving so fast, I don't till I can't run. Day to night, right, we're on a joyride. Yeah.
Up! This is it.
Yeah, we're on a joyride. Yeah, we're on a joyride. Driving so fast, I don't till I can't run. Day to night, right, we're on a joyride. Bomb singing night passing.
Interesting. You think the bike shots are the only ones that are forward, huh?
우리는 꿈꿔 지출 나의 밤 달려.
I'm sure this is just a coincidence. This road is named Langs Road. Langes. You probably can't read that. Maybe you can. I don't know. I feel like if we wanted to get super deep and just make a bunch of crazy theories, I don't know if it would be far-fetched to say that you rearrange those letters, you get angels. I don't know. Oh, are we forwards again? No. Now we're forwards. You know what it almost feels like now that we're kind of putting the pieces together, theoretically? It almost feels like Like somebody in the chat had mentioned, it almost feels like growing up. I agree. And I think if that's right, here's what that feels like for me. And I feel like, you know how as you're growing up, you're getting older, you're having these life experiences, you're learning some hard lessons, you're making mistakes, like you're developing as a human being, right? Because when you're a kid, you don't know you're a moron. Like we all are morons. We don't know rules. We're just very primal. We are lizard people that just put things in our mouths, okay? But over time, we start to learn what's right and wrong, subjectively, what's good, what's bad, what hurts, what doesn't, like how to be humans. This almost feels like all of the backwards, all the reversed shots, all of the manuals that we're reading about energy transfer and the requirement of the 5 of them to be together and one can't be by itself. It feels like those pieces form the story of us growing up, of us getting older, learning those lessons about how we really do need one another, regardless of what that need and interaction looks like, whether it's face-to-face, whether it's through technology, on the phone, letters, whatever. We kind of need each other. The forward shots almost feel like the point where they have learned that lesson, where they need each other, and now they can move forward. Now they're free to kind of like, now we know we need each other. Let's take an adventure. We're all together. Let's take an adventure together. The bikes come in. So they go from this machine, very complicated machine. They learn the lesson. Now it's a little bit more free. They have the bikes. You have a little more freedom on a bike, right? More control. But then they drop the bikes and they start taking off on foot. Interesting. I don't know how long we spent on this video. This was magnificent. I loved every single thing about this. The video is fantastic. The song is fantastic. It's absolutely a playlist ad for me. I loved everything about this. Now, I'm not going to listen to Fashion anytime soon, but this, spectacular. I loved this. Heather, good job. That was a great recommendation. Go ahead. I'll give it to you. You want a van? Have a van. Oh, man. Good job. Great song, great video. I think we spent like 6 hours on it. Worth it.